Nikki and welcome back to my channel. I love all things home decor, wedding, and DIY. I'm doing a 4-part series for Valentine's Day, from decor to gift box ideas to gift boxes for school. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to make this felt garland for Valentine's Day. This garland design is made to look a little bit homemade, so it's okay to not be perfect when creating it. This garland is perfect for any Valentine's Day party. It's also great to dress up your mantle, show a little bit of Valentine's Day spirit for your home. Getting into the DIY, here's what you're going to need. Access to my free template, felt, embroidery floss, string, batting, sewing needle, crochet needle, markers, and scissors. You'll start this project by opening my link to a template that I have on Canva, and what you will do is you'll go over to the share button and download it. And I prefer to download mine as a JPEG at the highest possible quality and size. And then you're going to either go into Word document or a Google Doc, and then you're going to insert an image, upload from computer. I'm going to upload that download. So now that I'm here, I'm going to crop it by double clicking and trying to get the crop lines as close to the shape as possible. I'm going to click on the image and I'm going to click on these 3 dots and do size and rotation. It is similar on Word document. And then here I'm going to put 3 inches high because that's how big I want. And as you can see, it is too big for an 8.5 by 11 sheet. So I'm going to just rotate it so that it fits on the sheet. And then from here, I'm going to file and print. So I already went ahead and cut out my template, and from here we are just going to use this template. I'm going to use this template to help cut out our felt. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this heart and I am going to trace it with a Sharpie marker. I find that I have a more accurate cut when I draw around the template instead of trying to cut around the template. I'm going to fold it in half to make sure that these 2 pieces are exactly the same, because these are going to be the front and the back of this heart. Go ahead and cut the felt piece with the fabric scissors. And we're going to do the same with the pink felt. Lastly, we are going to do our X and our O. Okay, for every one little object you want, you will need 2 pieces of felt for the front and the back. I'm trying to make my life a little bit easier and mark the dots in which I want my needle to go through for our blanket stitch. I'm not very good at the spacing while I'm actually doing the stitches, so this will just help things look better. And you can measure it out or you can eyeball it. I do about 1/4 of an inch away from the edge of the felt piece, and then also 1/4 of an inch away from the other dot. So now that we have all of our stuff dotted, I'm going to set these to the side and we're going to start with the pink heart. And in my design, I chose to do pink heart with red string. I'm going to show you how to make a blanket stitch. So first I'm going to get enough string, which I'm going to start with this, and if I need more, then that's okay too. Now I'm going to tie one in a knot. And using a thicker needle, I'm going to try to string the string through the needle. It's hard because there's a lot of little strings, so just be patient. I'm going to go in between the 2 sections, and I'm going to poke on that one dot that I have. And then I'm going to pull all the way through. This is going to be our starting stitch. The goal with the blanket stitch is to always be putting your needle in the same direction. So I went in from the back. Now I'm going to go in from both sides of the back and try to come through that same spot. And then to make my life easier, I'm going to pull this needle through the hole that I created. In the beginning, it can be kind of difficult because you might tangle your string a little bit. There we go. So that is our first stitch, and then now we're going to come in from the back side of our felt again and putting our needle on that dot that we made. Coming up through, and then now that I'm out, pull my needle through that hole that we made. You can do this in 2 different steps, or you could do it in 1. So this is how you would do it in 2 steps. First you go through the back, and then we're going to pull all the way through. And then when we get to the end, we have this little loop here, and then we put our needle through there and pull. See, that's the 2-step version of a blanket stitch. I like to do it all in 1 just because it goes by faster. So now that we got to the corners, what I'm going to do is the same thing, do the regular blanket stitch. But then I'm going to do 3 points here at this point, just because it'll be easier to turn around the corner. So I'm going to do one right next to there, pull, and then do one more point right next to those other 2, pulling tight. And then I'm going to keep an eye out on what this looks like. So far to me, it looks pretty neat. So now I'm just going to continue all the way around and we'll meet back about right here. All right, so now that we are almost done, I'm going to go ahead and start putting the batting inside our heart to make it more 3D. And then this will make it easier for when we want to close it up, that we don't have to go back and try to stuff some batting in there. There we go, that's probably a good amount. I don't want it too full, just full enough. Okay, and then we're gonna continue on with our blanket stitch and I'll show you how to close it up. Okay, so I did my last blanket stitch before the very end, and now I'm just going to pull through the beginning to complete it. And then I'm just going to stick my needle through, and then before I pull all the way through, I'm gonna go ahead and loop again to just make a knot. All right, and then I cut off the end. Just like that. So there is our little heart. So now we are going to continue on, and I made 3 pink hearts, 3 red hearts, and then I'm going to do an XOXO, so 2 O's and 2 X's. With the O's, the only thing that is different with that is you start with the middle stitches, and then you continue on. So I will continue that and show you guys how I do it. So now I have 3 pink hearts, 3 red hearts, and the XOXO. And the next step and the final step is to use some string or baker's twine and string them through with a needle. So what I'm going to do is I have all of them facing forward. I'm going to turn them around and face backwards where we can see all of our markings. And I'm going to string them through this center point on every single one of them. You can see the line. I think that will be the easiest way to keep them in place. In this case, I'm using a needle that is usually used for crocheting just because it is thicker and easier to use. And then just like that, you are ready to hang your garland. I would definitely give yourself at least 6 feet of string to work with so then you can cut down as you go to hang it. And as a bonus for this video, I'm going to show you guys how to make a simple pom-pom garland. I'm using a needle a little bit bigger than what we used for our felt, but a little bit smaller than the crochet needle. I'm going to use a white string and feed that through. Then all you do is you thread the needle through the pom-pom. And I'm going to be alternating from red to pink. This couldn't be a simpler way to dress up your house for any season. For winter, we use white pom-poms. For any other holiday, you could add various colored pom-poms. So then once you have them all strung on, I'm going to leave about 6 feet of yarn, and then I'm going to hang it up, and then I'm going to readjust where all of the pom-poms are supposed to sit on the line. I think this is such a sweet and pretty DIY. This is one that you can do with your older kids and have it as a craft while you are anticipating Valentine's Day. I think it is just so sweet, and you can use it also in a classroom or for a Valentine's Day party. I really hope you liked this video. If you liked it, please like and subscribe down below. And if you have any questions or have any recommendations for me, please list them in the comments. I'm Nikki, and these are all of my social media handles if you want to keep up with my personal life. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next video.